Hey my beautiful air signs, what's happening, what's crack-a-lackin', and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your mid-November, 15th through the 30th, mid-month reading. I hope you guys are well, and if so, let me know down in those comments down below. Now, as always, these readings are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome, and if not, it's not your message. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all that info will be linked down in the description box down below. Now, real quick, guys, the way this reading's going to work is I'm not going to be doing it straight up by the elements, so it's not going to be one big elemental reading. We will individually have Gemini, then Libra, then Aquarius. I will put that as the pinned comment down below, so if you guys want to skip the intro and go straight to your sign, you're more than welcome to do that. But either way, I hope you guys had yourselves a fantastic weekend, and let's go ahead and see what we got going on for you guys throughout your mid-month. And yeah, after we wrap up this video, we'll be moving forward to December 2020 readings, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys fuck with the channel and you fuck with the vibes, come on down and subscribe. I'm always accepting new soul fan members, so if you guys are interested, definitely hit the subscribe button down below and hit that post notification bell to never miss an upload. With that all being said, let's get straight into the readings. Hey Gemini, welcome to your part of the mid-month. I hope you guys have been doing well, and let's take a look here and see what we got going on for the second half of your November. Messages for Gemini, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout November, 15th through the 30th. What do we got going on for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-November, 15th through the 30th. What's happening, baby? Messages for Gemini here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-November, 15th through the 30th. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and get this last shuffle, and let's take a look and see what we got going on. Hopefully we got ourselves some pretty fantastic stuff. Gemini, overall energy for you guys here is going to be the Two of Pentacles. So you can be connecting possibly here with an Earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Your current energy is going to be the Queen of Wands, the person you're dealing with. We got here the Eight of Wands, and the outcome that's present, we have here the Eight of Swords. So looking at the energies provided for you guys so far, you might be resonating with the number 888, which is a very specific angel number. If you have been resonating with that, expect some sort of abundance to come your way. When I'm looking at this right now, Two of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands, I kind of feel like you've been going back and forth, when at some times you're feeling very powered or empowered, and other times you're feeling not so empowered and more so on the weak side. I kind of feel like you've been switching in and out of those energies. Sometimes you're feeling very confident and empowered in who you are, and other times you're feeling very much so kind of weak. And when I take a look at what you're dealing with, we have here the Eight of Wands. I think, Gemini, for some of you here, you're kind of relying your validation or relying the way you should feel about yourself, particularly on something that's external to you. All right, so we're going to dive deep into what that Eight of Wands is. But as for the outcome that's present, we have here Eight of Swords, which talks about overthinking some sort of situation. Now, taking a look at the Eight of Wands, what is this external source that Gemini is kind of allowing to judge how they should feel about themselves? We have here the Devil, could be a Capricorn. We have here the Knight of Swords, and we have here the Five of Cups. Gemini, this is kind of the energy of somebody putting you down. This could be a parent of yours, it could be a mom, it could be a dad, so this could be within your family sector. Also, keep in mind these readings genuinely resonate to friends, family members, lovers, so whoever this person is, if they're doing this in your life, you'll know who it is directly. But I kind of feel like there's somebody that you look towards for validation, and there are moments where they can convey, things that uplift you, things that make you happy. But there's also a lot of times where they can convey a bunch of negativity towards you. You got here the Devil, and you have here the Five of Cups. This is somebody here who can make you essentially miserable. And I feel like you're judging how you should feel about yourself based off of how this person judges you. So it's like you're accepting validation outside of yourself, and you're not giving yourself the validation just to know that you're good enough, that you're beautiful, that you deserve to be confident, you deserve to be empowered. And I think that's why you're stuck here. As for the outcome that's present, we have here Eight of Swords, So you're kind of stuck in your mind all the time, because sometimes this person can be giving you positivity and telling you that you look good and, being super nice to you. And other times they can be, quite frankly, the devil. So Gemini, real quick, let's have a conversation. I'm going to be the first person to tell you that the only validation you need is the validation for yourself. It doesn't matter if other people say shit to you, even though the things that other people say can get to us, it only essentially gets to us if we give them the power. So we got to remember, Gemini, all this power, Queen of Wands, already lives within you. It doesn't live within the other person. You have the power to dictate how you deserve to be, how you deserve to feel. Okay? So do not let the validation from other individuals or external sources govern how you feel about yourself and how you validate who you truly are. Okay? Because I feel like that's kind of the problem that you guys have been having. You've been relying on validation from this external source, whether it's a toxic partner, a toxic mom, a toxic coworker, whatever it is and whomever it is. I feel like you've been relying on this person's validation. Basically, if they tell you you're good enough, you feel worthy. But if they start coming at you with some negative shit, then you start feeling unworthy. The truth is, Gemini, is you're worthy. Feel it within yourself. Don't let somebody else's judgments become your affirmation of this is who I am. That's bullshit. You can affirm who you are. You can step into the power of who you truly are without letting any sort of external source govern that. Okay? Now let's move a little deeper into the reading. Why is Gemini here showing up as the Two of Pentacles? Why is that Gemini's overall energy? Why is the overall energy the Two of Pentacles for Gemini? We got here the Knight of Pentacles, and we also have here the King. So, you're trying to be very grounded here, Gemini. You're trying to have a life where you feel like your shit's together. Most likely, some of you guys here are not feeling like you have your shit together in a sense. It's like some days I feel really good about myself, other days I don't. I just want stability. What you're really looking for, Gemini, is to love yourself. And I think it's been quite a long time where you've been trying to find that love that you really have for you. Of course, there's moments throughout your journey that you've experienced love for yourself, but it kind of feels like you always go back and forth between being your biggest lover and then your biggest hater. And I think that's where you're kind of tripped up here. What you really want is the King of Pentacles. You want to love who you are, stand in who you are, and basically be grounded in that energy. But what you're getting over here, Eight of Wands, is somebody else telling you how you should feel, instead of you giving yourself permission to feel amazing, giving yourself permission to feel at your best. All right? So you're letting the external source here kind of govern how you should feel about yourself. And that's bullshit. Screw the external source. Give yourself permission today, Gemini, to feel amazing. Give yourself permission today, Gemini, to feel beautiful. Give yourself permission today to say, you know what? I'm going to go through a major transformation. And the transformation that I'm going to go through is I'm done letting this devil teeter-totter in my life, and I'm deciding to stand up for myself. Have that massive transformation where you work on you, and you do what pleases you, and you do what makes you happy. It's time for you to exit out this cycle with somebody who isn't adding benefit or value to your life, but instead is adding unnecessary judgments that don't need to fit into your piece of the puzzle. All right? Why do we have the Eight of Swords for the outcome? Why is that showing up for the outcome for Gemini, please? Throughout the second half of November 2020, Eight of Cups, Magician, and we also have here Nine of Wands. Yeah. Gemini, to be quite frank, I think you've really considered walking away from whoever this devil is, right? Whoever keeps giving you this negative energy, I think you've been trying to walk away from this person, but you've got caught up in your thoughts because, you know, your higher self's trying to tell you, fuck their opinion, but your other side of you, your shadow side, which is hurt and wounded, is basically saying, no, value their opinion, because their opinion means more than the opinion of myself. And that right there is not a mindset that you want to be involved into. But no judgments here. It happens, guys. Listen, I've been in situations where I used to look for validation outside of myself all the time. I'm very much, a lot of people do that. Probably a good percentage of the population do that, okay? Especially with social media nowadays. But we're going to break free from that cycle here, okay? Now, you also have here the Magician and you have here the Nine of Wands. You have a perfect image of who you'd like to be. But I feel like you have buried that image away because you've been trying to please whoever the person is that you're dealing with here. So there's a couple things I'm seeing coming up. I'm seeing you relying on other people's validation. I'm seeing you people please. I'm seeing that you guys are, just giving other people permission to tell you how to feel about yourself. And this could all be over once you recognize, Gemini, that your life is your life. It doesn't matter if somebody else has an opinion. It doesn't matter if somebody else doesn't think you're worth it or doesn't think you're good enough. It doesn't matter if somebody else has an opinion that doesn't resonate with you. Because at the end of the day, you should be thinking for yourself. You can think for yourself. You can give yourself permission to feel good. You can give yourself permission to be happy. You can give yourself permission to feel beautiful. You don't need somebody else to tell you that. And when someone here, right, the devil to the 5 of cups, when they convey negative news, when they make negative judgments and negative comments, you don't have to accept that bullshit that they just fed you, because you have a choice in every action that occurs to you. Anytime someone says something to you, you have a choice. Do I resonate with what they're saying? Do I automatically believe it to be true? Or do I take a step back and realize, despite of what they say, how I truly feel about myself is more important? That's kind of the question you have to ask yourself and navigate with throughout the second half of the month. You know, anytime someone says something to you, it is a choice on whether or not you will choose to resonate with it and believe it to be true, or you will release it because you know who you truly are. Nobody else can walk in your shoes, Gemini. Nobody else can tell you who you are. Only you know who you truly are. So whoever this individual is, don't give them the power anymore. Don't give them the permission anymore to make you feel some type of way. Give yourself permission, Gemini, to feel however you want to feel. If you want to be happy, give yourself permission to be happy. If you want to be beautiful, which you motherfucking are, give yourself permission to be beautiful. If you want to be exciting or fucking screaming on the top of a goddamn mountain, allow yourself to be excited and scream on the top of a goddamn mountain. Don't let whoever this person is bring you down. And don't try to kiss up to this individual just to feel validation. Remember, it all starts with the permission that you give yourself. Give yourself permission to feel amazing and live a truly abundant life, and you will live that truly abundant life. It don't matter whoever this 8 of Wands is, whoever this devil is, okay? Because at the end of the day, they are not you. Point blank, period. All right? So Gemini, my best advice for you throughout the second half of November is cut ties with pleasing people. Cut ties with accepting other people's validation or other people's opinions, and start going within and ask yourself, how do I truly feel about me? And how do I consistently love myself? Well, one of the best ways to start consistently loving yourself, Gemini, is to accept who you are and to stop allowing other people to tell you who you are. Figure out who Gemini really is. Figure out what you really want and desire in life, and don't let anybody else stop you. You guys got this, man. We're looking at a very powerful month. You will cut ties with this person, and you will cut ties with seeking validation from others, because guess what? Throughout the second half of November, Gemini, you're going to be validating yourself. Point blank, motherfucking period. Gemini, thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in those comments down below. If it does not resonate, better luck next time. But if this is your situation indeed, it's going to be a journey, I promise you. It may be slow, it may feel forever, but you will get to that point where you love yourself 100%, Gemini. You just have to continue to put in the work, and you can't have other people whispering in your ear. You got to do this on your own time, and you really got to connect with you. You're the one that has all the power. All you got to do is give yourself the permission to use it. Okay? All right, Gemini. Much love, guys. And I'll catch you in December 2020. Hey, Libra. Welcome to your part of the mid-month. I hope you guys are doing well. And let's take a look here and see what we got going on for the second half of your month. Messages for Libra here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout mid-November, 15th through the 30th. What do we got going on for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Throughout mid-November, 15th through the 30th. What do we got going on? Messages for Libra here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout mid-November, 15th through the 30th. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and get this last shuffle. And let's take a look and see what we got going on, man. Hopefully we got ourselves some pretty fantastic stuff. Libra, the overall energy for you guys here is showing up as the 10 of Swords. Could be some sort of cycle that's coming to an ending for you guys throughout the second half of the month. Yeah, something you're avoiding here. Your current energy, we're showing up as the 4 of Swords. Person you're dealing with, we got here the High Priestess. And the outcome that's present, we have here the 2 of Cups. Actually, I kind of feel like this isn't about ending a cycle with another person, but ending a cycle with yourself, essentially. I kind of feel like you're deciding to walk away from a part of yourself that could be deemed as more low vibrational, and you're deciding to step into a much more high vibrational timeline. I feel like this is you actually treating yourself the way you deserve to be treated, moving out of negative traits, negative habits, really embodying positivity and things that are going to carry you to success. So looking at your second half of the month here, what you're essentially ending and what you're essentially avoiding is the parts of yourself that you feel no longer fit and no longer serve in your life. So this is really allowing yourself to value who you are as a person a lot more than you originally did. Now, as for the outcome that's present, we have here the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is a card that can symbolize the coming together between a person and another person. But what this looks like to me is the coming together of you and your higher self. No more are you sitting in the shadow. You're resonating with your more high vibrational self. You're resonating with your more motivational self, success-driven self, more self-care and self-love, right? So you're resonating with the best self. I like that, man. I like that a lot. Let's take a look here real quick and see what this High Priestess was bringing out for Libra. Why is the second part of Libra showing up as the High Priestess? 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 5 of Swords. Yeah, you're walking away from the part of yourself that used to block out every opportunity, the part of yourself that was resistant to letting things flow, letting things happen. I kind of feel like you're just becoming an open channel. Like if there were blockages that were occurring in your life, those blockages are disappearing. It really feels to me like things are opening up for you. And when I say that, we're talking about opportunities, things that you are actually now manifesting, whereas in the past, you were blocking these manifestations from coming in. So for example, if you were talking very badly to yourself, right, Libra? If you were very, very hard on yourself, let's say you said, I don't feel beautiful, I don't feel worth it, I don't feel good enough. When you say those types of things and you put it out into the world, you end up receiving that back. Think of the universe as a giant mirror. Anything you tell the universe, it's going to reflect back to you. Actually, a really great example I like is that the universe never says no. The universe actually always says yes. And this is a really great example because, for example, if I tell the universe, I'm ugly, the universe will say, yes, you are. And it will reflect that back to you. But if you tell the universe, I'm beautiful, what's the universe going to say? Yes, you're beautiful. Let me reflect that back to you. So based on the types of behaviors that you were engaging in here, Libra, it feels to me like you were blocking out opportunities because you weren't allowing them to be open. You weren't actually allowing them to simply come into your life because you felt like you were blocked, because you felt like there was nothing there for you, because you felt like you weren't good enough. You weren't receiving the things you wanted to manifest. So if this was about a job, let's say you had a dream that you wanted to pursue, a dream job, and you said, well, I'm not good enough for that job. Well, of course. How could an opportunity open up if you don't believe that it can come towards you? If you told yourself, I'm not good enough for this job, you're not going to get that job. So there's been a lot of reflections that have happened that have created blockages in your life. Whether you were stuck in the energy of self-doubt, whether you were not necessarily feeling good enough, whether you were not believing in yourself, whether or not you were pushing things away. It feels to me like a lot of things were blocked off, but no longer is that going to be the case. For some of you, I'm kind of feeling this energy where you felt like you couldn't love yourself for a long time. And, that was something that manifested too. We have here the Magician. You may have felt like you weren't able to be loved by other people. And if you felt that energy, by the way, Libra, if you felt like you were unlovable or you weren't able to be loved by other people, that is a byproduct from the lack of love that you had for yourself. So just throwing that out there for any Libras that may have experienced that. If you were sitting in an energy where you felt like nobody else is ever going to love me, that will forever be a byproduct of the lack of love that you have for yourself. So once you start actually loving and appreciating who you are, that's going to be the same exact energy coming through from other people in your external world, okay? Now, let's take a look here at the Four of Swords. Let's get some clarity on that. Why do we have the Four of Swords coming up as Libra's current energy? We have here the Strength, and we have here the Two of Swords. Yeah, you're just making a conscious choice this month saying, you know what? I'm done resonating with the negative side of myself. I'm done putting in bad things in the universe and getting back bad results. I want to live a life that's worth living. I want to live a life where opportunities do open up for me. I want to live a life where I'm happy and whole and complete in who I truly am. This is really fucking awesome, dude. I'm happy to see that you guys are allowing yourself to recognize that the shadow is merely a shadow and you don't need to sit in that shadow side. Everybody has their higher self and everybody has their dark side, their shadow side. And the truth of the situation is the shadow is merely a shadow. It's a reflection of sitting in a certain type of energy. Once you get out of that certain type of energy and put better types of vibes out there, you will receive better, okay? So yeah, you're gaining a closer relationship with your higher self, and you're also gaining a closer relationship with you as a whole. This is just you recognizing I have been blocking myself from receiving so much greatness, blocking myself from receiving so much abundance. And it's time for me to remove the self-doubt. It's time for me to remove the negative treatment that I've given to myself. So you're looking pretty damn golden here. All right. What is it specifically here? One of the specific topics we can touch on that Libra is removing. What is one of the specific topics we can touch on that Libra is removing from their life? Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, big one. No longer waiting on things that are not waiting on you. And the Emperor. This is the realization, Libra, that if you stay stuck on something, if you continue to wait on something, you'll forever be waiting. So for some of you guys, you might have been waiting for your divine masculine or somebody that you deemed as your soulmate or your twin flame. You know, you might have been waiting on someone like that, and then you started to realize, what am I doing? This is basically blocking me from keeping my options open to possibly receive somebody better. So if any of you Libras were caught up in a situation where you were waiting for someone to return or holding on to somebody, you're coming to the realization throughout the mid-month here that, damn, that was a waste of time, because actually me waiting on this person to come in was blocking me the entire time from receiving something potentially even better. And that's a big thing I touch on all the time. It's always going to be in your best interest to never wait on somebody. The best thing you can do is move forward, because either that person will come on back to you and you can make it work, or you're going to move on and you're going to find somebody and meet somebody 10 million times better. Okay? So, a lot of different messages coming through for you guys here so far, but from what I'm feeling overall, it's just going to be a pretty big awakening for you guys throughout the second half of the month. It's just basically you seeing your patterns, the way that you've behaved, the way that you've engaged towards yourself and basically towards your life. You're kind of just going to be reviewing the way that you've done things. And you're like, you know what? There's got to be a change. There's got to be some sort of transformation here. And the transformation that does come in is going to be a transformation that definitely brings in happiness. So as I'm talking about this transformation, Libra, what that transformation is you realizing the only reason I couldn't have abundance is because I was blocking it for myself. The only reason that I wasn't happy is because I was blocking that happiness. The only reason I wasn't successful is because I was telling myself I wouldn't be. This is you realizing how many moments and how many blessings you blocked because of the way that you perceived the world and or perceived yourself. But what did I say in the beginning of the video? Ace of Pentacles. For you guys this month, opportunities are about to fucking open up. We're looking at some pretty good shit coming through since you're becoming an open channel. And that's something that I mentioned earlier. You're becoming a more open person. You're becoming a more open channel as you become aware of how you've been blocking yourself. So now that you're becoming more open, you're going to be able to manifest more opportunities into your life. I like that, man. I like it a lot. Anything else that Libra should be aware of throughout the second half of November? We have here 10 of Pentacles, and we have here 9 of Pentacles. Abundance is yours if you believe that there's abundance in the first place. Point blank, period. Abundance is yours if you believe that you're worthy of abundance. Abundance is yours if you allow yourself to have it. No more blocking out abundance. No more blocking out anything that serves in your highest of good. This month is about removing everything that does not serve in your highest of good. Removing the negative behaviors you may have had, removing the negative self-doubt, removing the ways that you've treated yourself if you've treated yourself in an unfair or bad way. This is removing blockages, that 7 of Wands and that 5 of Swords, and you're moving into the 8 of Wands, allowing things to simply manifest into your life because you're allowing yourself to have it. That's awesome, man. You know what's interesting? Gemini got a pretty similar reading in a sense. Not to the extent of this, but kind of similar. And I've noticed that I already did water signs, earth signs, and fire signs. And within the videos, every sign of the element kind of had a very similar but a little bit different situation. So it feels to me like energetically, as an element, you guys are almost going through the same thing, just in a little bit of a different manner. Either way though, Libra, positive reading. You're really deciding to avoid and walk away from that shadow part of yourself because you're recognizing a shadow is just a reflection of an energy you've been sitting in. And you don't have to sit in the energy. You have a choice. You have a choice to sit in whatever energy you'd like, negative or positive, shadow or light, light or dark. You know, you have the choice and you're choosing to move into the much more lighter side. I like that, man. I like it a lot. You're walking away from your shadow self here. The shadow serves a purpose. Trust me. There is a reason we have a shadow side. There is a reason there is negative and both positive in the world. Both of them can serve us to an extent. But when it blocks our higher good, that's when it's not serving us. And that's when we deserve to step out of that energy and step into what is good for us. I like it, man. Abundance is yours here, Libra. It's looking pretty beautiful. I'm happy to see all the things that are openly manifesting into your life. I'm happy to see that you're becoming a more open channel, and I'm happy to see that we definitely have some happiness shining on in for you, okay? Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If it resonates, let me know down in those comments down below. If it doesn't, better luck next time, and have an awesome and amazing rest of your November, guys. I'll catch you guys in December 2020. Much love, Libra, and have yourselves a good one. Hey Aquarius, welcome to your part of the mid-month. I hope you guys have been doing well. And let's take a look here and see what we got going on for your second half of the month. Messages for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout November 15th through the 30th. What do we got coming through for Aquarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout November 15th through the 30th. What do we got going on? Messages for Aqua here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout November 15th through the 31st. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and get ourselves one last shuffle, and we'll take a look and see what we got going on, man. Hopefully we got ourselves some pretty fantastic stuff. Aquarius, the overall energy for you guys here is showing up as the World card. So you can be connecting possibly here with a fixed sign, a fellow Aquarius, a Taurus, a Scorpio, or a Leo. Your current energy is going to be the Nine of Swords. Person you're dealing with, we got the Four of Pentacles, and the outcome that's present here is going to be the Knight of Cups. It does feel to me like somebody's very held back here. Someone's holding on to all of those pentacles. Someone's holding on to all of the time, all of the effort, all of the energy. Interesting. Could be an earth sign for some of you that you're dealing with here. It just feels to me personally with the Four of Pentacles, someone here is incredibly held back, and they're not sharing their heart, they're not sharing their love, they're not sharing their values. And that's something that I think is making you feel very unsettled. It's something that's making you feel very unhappy because you planned to go with the flow with this person. When you first met the individual you were dealing with, you had a plan in mind, the two of you were together, you expected that this connection would go somewhere, and now that it feels that it's not going somewhere, that's really starting to worry you, it's really starting to frustrate you, because you put in a lot of time, and you're wondering why this person is now deciding to waste time. Interesting. So let's take a look here. We're going to get some clarifiers out, and we'll see what we got going on. So, first things first, let's clarify the Four of Pentacles. Why is the person Aquarius is dealing with showing up as the Four of Pentacles here? We got here Nine of Cups, we got here Page of Wands, and we also have here the Eight of Cups. So it looks to me, Aquarius, like the person you're dealing with, the reason why it kind of appears like they're holding back is because I think they're giving, but not necessarily to you. Now, I'm not saying that this is a person cheating on you, but I will say whoever this person is you're connecting with here, they're in a period of time where they're kind of considering, is Aquarius the one for me? Or should I save all this love and all this time for particularly another person? I think whoever you're dealing with is kind of coming from the position where they're having second thoughts of if this is the relationship for them. Maybe they felt like things were rushed. Maybe they felt like they got a little bit in over their head, essentially. But I think whoever you're dealing with here just isn't in a solidified place because they're kind of thinking of what benefits me. And that's the problem here, okay? Whoever you're connecting with, Aquarius, they're not coming from a Six of Pentacles place. They're not coming from equal give and take. They're kind of looking at it like, what's in it for me? And I think that when you connect with someone who's not looking to share, who they are, and they're not looking to truly enter a partnership, then you're dealing with someone here who's just going into it for individual benefits. So I don't think your person here was ready for a partnership, and that's why they're so held back. They're wondering, yeah, this was beneficial to me for a little bit. I had fun. I had a grand old time, but maybe there's something else out there for me. All right. So I do feel that particularly with the individual you're dealing with. Now let's take a look at the Nine of Swords. Why is Aquarius in the Nine of Swords energy? We have your Ten of Swords, we have your Four of Swords, and we have your Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's frustrating for you because of the amount of work you put into this connection. Absolutely. And I don't blame you guys for 1 minute. I really don't. I understand totally where you're coming from. it's incredibly frustrating when, you know, you think that you and someone else are going somewhere, you've put a lot of time into it, you put a lot of effort into it, and, you know, you were going in it with the intention that this would become a partnership. Because whoever you're connecting with here, I think they set the intention that this would be a partnership, right? You expected a relationship out of whatever it is that you and this person had, and it comes to disappointment where you see them holding back, you know? That's very disappointing here. Let's take a look at the World card real quick. Why is the World card showing up as the overall energy? We got here Five of Wands, King of Swords, and we have here the Judgment. Yeah, I think the World card being your overall energy is basically expressing to you, Aquarius, is this worth holding on to? Because if this person isn't going to be based on the premise of what I thought we were going to have, I think I have to find somebody who actually resonates with me. This is you getting ready to pick up, travel, walk away, and realize I deserve to give myself a chance to find someone who wants the same things I want, rather than being with someone who basically doesn't. You know, that Five of Wands talks about conflict. And the conflict here is that the person you're dealing with, I think, is too individual right now. They're not focusing on actually having any sort of partnership. They're focusing more so on what is fulfilling them. And at the end of the day, we also get into another question here. If they're only focused on what's fulfilling them, are they focusing on what fulfills you? That's why I said there's no equal give and take here. There's no Six of Pentacles, because it looks to me like whoever you're dealing with, they're really only focused on how this benefits them, how this fulfills them, how this makes them happy. And once they get their cup filled, it looks like they're ready to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And that's not necessarily a great energy either, because this looks to me like somebody who could be identified as an energetic vampire. You know, they get what it is that they need and then they walk away, and then, you know, they leave you drained in that situation. So Aquarius, throughout mid-November, it's really going to come down to you recognizing your worth. Is it worth it for you to stay stuck on somebody or to keep working with somebody who's basically resisting what it is the two of you have? If this person doesn't want to be a partner in a partnership, they shouldn't have signed up for one in the first place, absolutely. But if they don't want to be a partner in a partnership, are you going to try your hardest to make them your partner? I heard an Aquarius say, fuck no. I definitely heard that. I saw an Aquarius roll their eyes and they're like, fuck no. Screw this damn connection, right? Let's take a look. We also have here the Hermit and we have here the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I think that, you know, you're kind of comfortable with the idea here, Aquarius, of moving on and keeping to yourself, but at the same time, you are kind of stuck in your head here, I think. Because I feel like this connection is almost the straw that breaks the camel's back. When this person does end up walking away from you, you're kind of going to be reminiscing through your experiences, and you may have had similar experiences to this, and you're going to be asking yourself, why do people feel the need to use me? Why do people take my love for granted? Why do people throw my love away? I think you're going to be asking yourself a lot of these questions, and they are valid questions. I don't want you to think that they're not. If you've had experiences like this before, you know, that's something that's incredibly heartbreaking. That's something that really sucks, and I empathize with you guys. So I don't want you to feel like your emotions aren't valid. Having experiences like this are very much so painful, and I want you to know that I totally understand where you're coming from. So the way you feel right now, Aquarius, is validated. But what I want you to know is that even though you're with the wrong type of people or you were with the wrong type of person, that does not mean that there isn't someone out there that's actually going to cherish your heart. Because there is someone out there that will cherish your heart. There is someone out there that will love who you are and would want you to express yourself to the fullest. There is a person out there, multiple people, thousands of people out there, that would love every inch of you unconditionally. And even though you've only come into alignments with the ones that seem to just take what they need and take what fulfills them, doesn't mean that you're not going to come into alignment with somebody who's actually right for you. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in a cycle here, Aquarius, throughout mid-November, where you believe that this is the only types of people you're going to meet. Because once you align your beliefs to that, you end up manifesting that over and over and over again. So recognize, Aquarius, your worth and your power this month. You are not someone to be taken advantage of. You are not someone who deserves to be breadcrumbed. You are someone who deserves equal give and take. You are someone who deserves true love. Ace of Swords. Okay? So really take a step back. evaluate your worth, recognize that you've had contact with some, rough connections. You've had contact with people that have done you dirty. But you know what? You still deserve the best at the end of the day. Let's clarify that Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here for the outcome? Okay? We got here the Moon. We got here the Eight of Swords. And we got here the Death. And sorry, I meant to say the Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is it right here, man. This is Spirit still telling you to progress forward, Aquarius. This is the universe saying, no matter what, keep moving forward and allow yourself to go ahead and give yourself permission to find new people. Don't hold back here, Aquarius. Just because you've had experiences like this doesn't mean that your lover isn't out there. Now, this experience will definitely change you a bit. It will make you feel like you have to have your guard up a little bit more. It will make you feel like you have to have more boundaries, right? Because you don't want to get played again. You don't want to get hurt again. Absolutely. But when the right one does come along, Aquarius, you'll sense the difference. You'll sense that this person is not like the other people you've connected with before. So just really focus on being aware with the type of people you connect with and who you can let your guard down with. Because you know what? When the right person comes along, one of the most tragic things that can happen is you shutting the right person out due to your past experiences. Take each new connection as a clean slate, Aquarius. The next person you meet on your path, wipe the slate clean. Get to know who they are. Figure out what their values are. Figure out who they are as a person. Let them figure out who you are. Because the worst thing that could happen is meeting the right person, but being emotionally unavailable, So with this outcome that's present, the universe wants you to keep your head held up high. Every connection is either a lesson or a blessing, and that's something that we never want to hear, but it's true. Keep your head up. Oh my Lord, I can't speak. Keep your head held high for your next connection that comes towards you, Aquarius. Wipe the slate clean. Because once again, that's something very important to say. The worst and most tragic thing that can happen is to be emotionally unavailable when the right one enters your life. And who knows, that might be the next person that really steps on in your life. It might just be the right one. So Aquarius, I empathize with you guys that have dealt with this situation. It's not fun. It's not great. It's something that hurts. But I want you to know that the person you're dealing with, if they don't want to get to know you, if they don't want to connect with you, then they're not worth it. You're worth everything. And someone's going to see that shit. Point blank, period. So don't focus on the people that ain't worth it. It's not worth your time to cry over them. It's not worth your time to be upset about how they did you. You have every right to be upset. But don't be in that energy forever. Once you heal through it, once you work through it, pick yourself back up and acknowledge you deserve the best. And when people like this come along, okay, let them walk on by. And then when a good one comes along, hold on to them and don't let go. All right? Point blank, period. Aqua, definitely the most emotional reading we've had here out of the rest of the air signs today. Like I said, I do empathize with you guys. For those of you that have gone through this, I really do apologize. But you're going to be okay. And don't give up here, man. I got a good feeling. Don't give up. That Death card is telling you there will be a change in the people you meet in the future. And you will end up meeting that person who comes to you as they truly are, instead of somebody who comes towards you as a deceiver. Okay? So much love to my Aquarius gang. Sending you guys lots of hugs, lots of love. All right? We're going to be okay. You guys are going to get through this. The best thing that's happening is that you're exiting out of this cycle and you're stepping into somewhere new. And moving throughout the second half of November, you are finding a newfound respect for yourself, and you are finding a much more deep sense of worthiness, okay, throughout the second half of November. So that's what I like seeing, a very deep sense of worthiness and really appreciating who you are and not allowing other people to take advantage of that. So remember, you can keep your guard up when you meet people, but just don't let your guard be down, or don't let your guard be up when you meet the right person. Have a clean slate with the new individuals you meet, and you're going to be all right, okay? All right, my Aquarius gang, much love to you guys. Be safe out there. Take as much time as you need to heal from this situation and pick yourself back up, because you will find what you're looking for, and you do deserve the best, okay? Much love, Aqua. Have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you guys in December 2020, hopefully facing a lot better energies, okay? All right, guys, take care. Love you all, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.